Hey loves, how you doing? It's been a minute since I did me live. How you doing? I wanted to come to you because there's something I'm noticing that's a little bit upsetting to me. And I understand because I've walked through it, so I get it. I notice that a lot of us, we've all been through pain. We have all had pain in our life. But what's disturbing me is when we sit in that pain, when we create a matrix in our mind based on our emotions, and we stay there, we repeat it, we just can't seem to move forward, and we just kind of settle and sit. I want you to understand something. Pain comes into our life as a lesson. It was never for us to sit still in. It was always for us to learn from. Now, life, of course, as you know, wasn't made fair, wasn't supposed to be fair. You have so many influences that are imposed upon you, and then you have programming from humans themselves, forgetting their own divinity, that are causing a lot of pain in people. My loves, understand, you were born with what you already need to fight this fight. I'm going to say that again. You were born with what you already need to fight this fight. And the reason why people impose things on us is because they sense that power in you and that fortitude that you already have to fight the fight. What happens is, though, when we go through pain and we go through the emotion, and I am not saying downplaying emotion, absolutely not, because that is your gauge. You need that. But what I am saying is when you downplay the emotion, and when you start not acknowledging, you create this matrix in here. And you let the matrix talk to you, right? And people that come up against you, they're coming up against you because of the strength you already have that they don't have, or that they don't see in themselves. They have it, but they may be in their karmic state, or they may not understand what's going on with them, why they're going through it. So they impose it on somebody else. And then they create that seat for somebody else. And then they walk away happy because now they got someone in their misery. Like that term, misery loves company. Absolutely. Why? Because that person is in that state. That's the state that they know. They don't know higher. They know that lower vibration where they're at. But some of us know higher. We've been through it already to know. So my question is, why are you sitting in it? You already know that when you ascend, as that term goes, new levels, new devils, right? So you already know that when you ascend, you're going to get a higher slap on you because your lessons change. They're not going to stay the same. When you're lower vibration, right, your lessons are at a certain level. As you ascend up, those lessons ascend up with you, because they're testing you to see, did you learn the lesson from before, or are we going to have to repeat this again? It is not always just an attack on you and your person. Not always. Okay. Sometimes it is, I need to bring this lesson to you because of whatever karma. Sometimes it's something we did someone else we can't remember. So again, the consequences we got to pay. And other times, especially for divines and star seeds, it is the lesson that you need to learn, because guess what? You're going to have to teach that lesson to somebody else. You don't have time. We don't have time to sit in self-loathing. You're a higher vibrational being. You should already be past that, and you should already know. Now, that doesn't mean you don't acknowledge that pain. It doesn't mean that you can't acknowledge what's going on. Absolutely acknowledge what's going on, right? But you sit in it and you feel it. One, to acknowledge, and two, you sit in it to hear the answer from yourself. You're already equipped. They made you forget you were. You're already equipped to handle anything they throw at you. Anything. You're already equipped, loves. So why are you creating and sitting in the matrix that you're creating for yourself? Why are you sitting in the victimhood that you promised yourself you would never sit in? Why are you blaming yourself for your natural loving state that there's nothing wrong with? I see. Some don't even want to tell you because I got a hair flying across my face and you see my hair is short, so I don't even understand where that hair coming from. I ain't gonna stop the message. No. You understand? Don't sit in that victimhood, baby. You got to see the beauty and the love you bring to this world. That's what you're here for. And you're here to learn a lesson that you agreed to learn. That's why some people are karmic. Because they made a promise on the other side to learn that lesson, and they're refusing to learn that lesson. Why? Because the path is too hard to walk. You asked to be here. You asked to learn the lesson. So walk the lesson. No one said there was a time limit. No one said how you had to do it. But you start with loving you. When you love you, baby, you ain't got time to sit in that victimhood because you know you got a job to do. You know there are other people that need you, and you know that there are other people that need the lesson that you walked through to help them walk through it. A lot of times we complain about the lessons that are brought at our door and the pain that we get, right? How much do we love other people and ourselves to help them walk through it so they don't have to? Right? It's more, as you know, than us what we're walking. But my love, you are way more brilliant than sitting up in victimhood. You're better than that. Even when you are thrown off balance and that knocks you down. Again, sit in that real emotion of how it makes you feel. Vent, let it out, cry, shout, scream, whatever you need to do without hurting anybody else or yourself. To let it out. And then, second thing, sit quietly in silence. Sit and let it resonate for a minute. Because this is what you're going to find. Within you, you're going to find those questions. Why? And the number one, why am I going through this? That's the one that's not important right now. The one that's important is, how do I move past this lesson? What is this lesson I need to see? So then you step back outside yourself and you see what that lesson is that you need to see, that you need to pick up on, that you need to be aware of. You pay attention to that. And then you sit. And when you sit, not beating yourself up, not sitting up there, woe is me, but when you actually sit and you let those tears dry, you let them come. Because you get in a state where you get tired. And when you get tired, you comes out. Then you start hearing the answers, what you need to do. See, the whole thing is, the programming of the system is so you don't ever hear you, so that you don't even know you already have the answer. You already have the answers within you. You are fortified to have those answers within you. You got them. You got them. So, my loves, you as a divine starseed chosen one, we don't have the time to sit in victimhood. We don't. Take the course of working through it, but not being a victim, knowing an awareness that is of love of you. Hell yeah, it hurts when people hurt us. When people do things, when spells are put on us, our DNA, our generational stuff, when our sun codes are rearranged. And hell yeah, it hurts. I understand that there are beings higher than us that can do that. But I also understand that there's going to be karma paid somewhere. You don't need to concentrate on that. You just need to concentrate on your path. And sometimes the test comes in with how much force is needed to knock you off your path and how much force and inertia is needed to put you back on it. So that you know, okay, this happened, it knocked me off, but I'm strong enough to get back on. And you are. Because if you weren't, you wouldn't get the situation in the first place. That's how it works. So my loves, let me tell you something. I go through my pain so I can teach other people. But I believe in you. You got to believe in you. Don't beat yourself up for being authentically who you are, because other people cannot appreciate authentically who they are. You don't ever let them knock you off your pedestal, your podium, whatever it is. You don't ever let them knock you off of that. Especially people who don't know who they are and judgmental and believe it's one way and that's all. No. You leave them in love. I love you. Walk your path, boo. I got my own to do, because a lot of us know why we're here, what we're here to do, and that's what we're here to do. But in order to do that, in order to do that, don't sell yourself short. Don't do that. Heal. You are strong enough. It is a hard road. It is. But you're strong enough. You got this. You do. You gotta know you do, though. You gotta know you do. We all, as a community, can tell you what you got, right? But until you believe it and have faith in what you can do, baby, won't mean anything coming from us. It's all on you. You did. Big mama know. Been through it, I go through it, so I can teach it to other people. That's my superpower. You did, y'all. All right, I love you. You are loved somewhere in this universe, whether it's me or somebody else. You are loved. Bet that. So, you're not going through it alone. We all go through it. We all are to support each other. You understand? All right, I love you. Please take that message to heart. Please take care of yourself. Give yourself self-love, and above all, give yourself grace to know you got it. Give yourself grace. I can't stress that enough. Give yourself grace, because you're here on this plane to learn. Because when we pass over, we got other work to do. We got others to help. Love y'all. Take care now. Namaste.